Daniel A. Mica was raised in Miami, Florida, along with his three siblings, Dave, John, and Cookie. He attended Miami Edison High School, where he was a member of the debate team and dabbled in theater. He was graduated in 1961 and went on to Florida Atlantic University, where he earned his BA degree in education. His other big accomplishment during college was meeting his future wife, Martha Fry, while studying in the library. The two were married in 1967 and went on to raise 4 beautiful children, Christine, Andrew, Caroline, and Paul, and now have 2 grandchildren and another on the way. After graduating in 1966, Dan began working on Capitol Hill for Congressman Paul Rogers, a Florida Democrat, who became Dan's close friend and mentor. He served as a senior aide for 12 years, at which time Representative Rogers retired, and Dan ran for and won his congressional seat. Dan then served in the U.S. House of Representatives for 5 terms from 1979 to 1989. In 1996, Dan was hired as president and CEO of the Credit Union National Association. He was the first CUNA CEO to come from outside the credit union community and was tapped largely to bolster the association's political advocacy abilities. Dan discovered on his first day, however, that CUNA was suffering from major financial losses from a troubled credit card processing operation. He quickly developed and executed a plan that secured CUNA's financial stability. Although the crisis was averted, Dan had no time to rest. Just 1 month later, the American Bankers Association won a key court decision forcing credit unions to serve only one membership group apiece. This decision was disastrous for credit unions, to say the least. The ruling sparked a 2-year legal and legislative campaign called the Campaign for Consumer Choice. Dan was a primary leader of the campaign. When the Supreme Court upheld the lower court's decision in February 1998, the future of credit unions hung in the balance. If the ruling was allowed to stand, millions of consumers would have been disenfranchised from their credit unions. Dan continued to lead the fight to right this injustice. He knew that the Campaign for Consumer Choice needed to enact legislation clarifying that credit unions had the right to serve multiple membership groups. He also knew that in order to succeed, the legislation needed to have bipartisan support. He thus directed the legislation carefully, and within 6 months, it had overwhelmingly passed the U.S. House and Senate. This was no easy task. There were many critical junctures where Dan's close relationship with congressional sponsors and his ability to coordinate with state leagues and lobby key members of Congress moved the legislation across the finish line. Dan also worked to build a broader coalition of support beyond the credit union sector. He partnered with the National Cooperative Business Association to mobilize co-ops from all sectors to support the legislation, culminating in a rally on the lawn of the U.S. Capitol where thousands gathered to show their support. The campaign worked. In August 1998, President Clinton signed into law H.R. 1151, the Credit Union Membership Access Act. The credit union movement had been saved, and the grassroots strength of member-owned cooperative institutions was forever strengthened. Also strengthened was Dan's resolve to never again allow credit unions to be in a weakened political position. Under his leadership, CUNA's PAC grew into one of the top 25 in the nation, and such political and strategic communications programs as the Hike the Hill program, Project Zip Code, Project Differentiation, and the Little Guy campaign were introduced. In addition, Dan outlined a vision for a base on Capitol Hill for use by credit unions and co-op delegations in future legislative efforts. That vision was realized in 2003 with the establishment of the Credit Union House, which today hosts more than 100 events per year on Capitol Hill. In the media, Dan worked to raise awareness and enhance the image of credit unions. As chief spokesperson, he emphasized that credit unions are cooperatively owned institutions that have the best interests of their members at heart. And under his leadership, CUNA introduced a new national brand logo and motto rooted in credit unions' member-owned cooperative structure. America's credit unions, where people are worth more than money. He also elevated CUNA's role in promoting financial education by partnering with the National Endowment for Financial Education to provide a free financial education module to schools throughout the nation. Dan Mica is known for his innovative thinking, depth of character, and easygoing sense of humor even in the face of adversity. He has been a true inspiration to current and emerging leaders in the credit union movement and leaves behind a legacy of heightened political stature and activism within the entire cooperative movement. For this, we welcome Daniel A. Mica into the Cooperative Hall of Fame.